7 months ago, I quit the retainer agency model, charging $1.5 to $4,000 a month, and I switched to pay per lead, and it completely changed my life because I managed to scale to 7 figures within this short amount of time frame, just with under 6 clients. And specifically now, I want to give you a realistic timeline of how it would look like to hit your first actual sale, because that's never been talked about in the pay per lead space. And I just want you to see how you can avoid $10,000 mistakes, and instead of getting a client in 6 months or 4 months, getting them in under 30 days or 2 months. In the best case scenario, 30 days, because in sales, pay per lead sales, specifically corporate companies, just close a bit longer than local business owners, because obviously they are pushing 10 to $50 million a year, and they have multiple accounting departments as well as other legal departments that need to take a look at your invoices and contracts. Now, in the first month, your biggest mistake will be understanding which vertical and market to choose. And I have an hour-long in-depth tutorial on exactly understanding which markets to choose, so you don't waste 10 years of your life and thousands of dollars in the wrong market, because that has the single highest impact on your success in pay per lead. Now, specifically, insurance and legal are two of the most proven, statistically proven, and largest markets in the world. So I always recommend beginners to go in there, even though it's really difficult. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Those are the most competitive verticals on the planet, right? But everything that makes money is competitive, it's lucrative, which is why you're watching my channel, and you will never lose because I'm Chinese and autistic. Now, specifically, what's also really interesting is that most beginners will choose a easy vertical. They will choose easy small clients, but that's the only thing that you want to avoid, small clients, right? Because they will bring so much headache to you, right? One example is they will charge back leads, right? This lead I could not contact, so I need it back. They have not enough money, right? They're not like 10 million plus in annual revenue. That is a golden ratio to getting a 10K profit client that sends you 30 to 40K, right? In your in fucking checks every single month, because of that 40K, maybe 20 to 30 is going to be spent on ads, right? And then 20 to 10 is going to be profit, depending on how good you are at media buying. And I'll release a bunch more videos on that. You can ask people in the Telegram community that I have built up, which is now the largest Telegram group chat in the whole world. So with pay per lead, check it out, as well as the Skool community. Now, specifically, what's also insane is that most people will go after these small clients, thinking that they have they will actually get those clients to retain for 5 years, 10 years. But a lot of these smaller clients will just buy once or twice and they churn, which is the only thing you're supposed to avoid in pay per lead. You want to get enterprise customers that fucking stick for you 5 to 10 years because they've already been in business for 20 years, right? That's how HomeBuddy scaled to $190 million in value, and they sold for $190 million to QuinStreet this year. That's how fucking 9 out of 10 companies are listed on the stock exchange. Specifically, they are pay per lead companies because they sell leads to insurance companies, companies that have fucking $1 billion worth of value that been in business for the last 20 years, right? And go after big clients, right? 10 million plus in annual revenue in legal and insurance and some other red ocean market. And I'm not going to go too deep into that. Just check out my vertical video. Specifically, the second month, you will realize that it is actually harder to close a sales call than you expected, because you don't know the right words that these people react to. A lot of these 10 million plus companies, they have specific managers, affiliate managers, marketing managers, business development managers, growth managers, fucking culture expansion manager, however these corporate bitches call it, right? They will have a sort of manager that will be talking to you, and the founder is not going to be talking to you because their time is more valuable in such a large company. And that's why you need to develop industry-specific terminology to talk to them, to sound not only smart and sophisticated, right, but to also not to show that you're not a fucking beginner, and go in there with confidence. And if that's interesting to you, right, we can hop on a call, you and me, one-on-one, to see how I can teach you that industry-specific language so you don't waste $10,000 on ads, not closing any clients. Now, what's also interesting is that a lot of these calls are only 15 to 20 minutes long. They will want to understand what your prices are for the leads, right? They will want to understand like how long it is you can get started. But the main thing they want to understand is that you know your shit, right? And even if like if you think you can like pull out a case study, right, and and actually you will close clients, then you're joking, because like I made that mistake and I don't want you to repeat it, right? It was such a stupid mistake, because people in this industry, for some reason, it has more leverage that you talk in a specific language, right? That they understand. Cost per lead, cost per case, net 14, net 30, right? This type of specific language is what gets you your first deal, as opposed to like case studies, because they will take it as a sign that you're a complete beginner, and that's because nobody does it. Now, what's really insane as well is that you in the third month you will realize that maybe, right, you will get your first small deal, 5-10K deal, and then you will spend like 5K 10K fulfilling it, breaking even on your first order, because you need to learn the media buying. It is not easy, right? Nothing that makes money is easy. And then, but what is going to happen is you're going to put your balls on the line, and you're going to be actually able to fucking brute force it, right? By creating 30, 100 ads and get your first winning ad. It's an amazing feeling. It's a fucking orgasmic feeling almost. And what's going to be happening is that you take that winning ad and then you make variations of it, and then you start actually making your first deal profitable. And that's how kind of the first customer, like first journey looks like, right? After you learn those industry specific terminologies, you close your first client, and then you basically make sure that you fulfill on the first, like you break even on the first deal, which is already good. If you've never done media buying before at like a huge scale, and then you basically keep that client, keep them happy by sending them more good qualified leads that they can turn into customers. And for that reason, you will be actually having proof of concept that pay per lead actually works. It's not just some fucking wishy-washy, business guru concept. Even though you see all of the hard data that like all of these like companies that scale to billion-dollar companies are pay per lead companies, you have for the first time in your life belief in yourself that you can make it work, which is the most important part, and which is why you're watching my channel, because I hope to give you that belief. With that said, if you guys have any question, I'm a small-time creator, and you should feel lucky to actually watch the video, because it's like I haven't blown up yet, but I will eventually, because I'm just too autistic. And specifically, if you have any questions, like message me, because I will respond to you with in-depth voice messages on Telegram and Instagram. So